Giggle Table World, where dreams begin. Have you ever lain silently in the dark, wondering why sleep won't come? What if a silver boat floated past your window, glowing under the moonlight? Would you dare step aboard? And what if that place had bouncing pillows, rivers of chocolate, and walls that told jokes? Would you believe such a world could be real? Welcome to Giggle Table World, a magical universe made just for little dreamers at bedtime. Here, stories are not just told, they're lived. Every tale is a bright, emotional adventure that carries children far away into the sweetest dreams. One quiet evening, little Jake lay still in bed, his eyes wide open, his mind drifting in 1,000 directions. His beloved teddy bear was right beside him, and the ceiling above sparkled with glow-in-the-dark stars. But sleep felt far, far away. Jake whispered softly to himself, "Why can't I sleep tonight? I've brushed my teeth. The lights are off." Suddenly, a shimmering light appeared in the air, soft and sparkly like stardust falling from the sky. A silver boat quietly floated in, glowing gently, gliding along beams of moonlight like something from a dream. It was a truly magical sight. Jake rubbed his eyes in amazement and exclaimed joyfully, You're really here? Are you here for me?" The boat let out a gentle hum, and its door opened slowly. A kind, soothing voice echoed, "Come along, let's explore." Without hesitation, Jake climbed aboard, and so the journey began. Standing proudly at the front of the boat was a curious figure, Captain Wisp, the bold and gentle navigator with hair like floating clouds and a golden coat that shimmered like early morning sun. He smiled warmly and said, "Welcome aboard. Our dreamy adventure is about to begin." Jake, full of excitement, asked, "Where are we going tonight?" Captain Wisp answered with charm and sparkle in his voice, "To lands of wonder and starlight, Pillow Island, Cocoa Falls, and maybe even a visit to the giggling walls." The boat landed softly on a vast island made entirely of pillows, so incredibly soft. Gigantic plush bunnies hopped playfully, while feathery birds floated soundlessly through the air, drifting like dreams. Jake bounced and leapt with delight. "This is the fluffiest place in the whole wide world." He played pillow tag, climbed high pillow hills, and rolled in sparkling dream dust that swirled like snow under a sleepy sky. Then came a warm, sweet-smelling river, Cocoa Falls, smooth and creamy like the coziest hug. Jake and Captain Wisp rode marshmallow boats while candy canes steered from the back. Jake dipped his hand into the cocoa and took a sip. "This is the most delicious thing I've ever tasted." Captain Wisp laughed heartily and tossed Jake a shimmering candy, a sprinkle of dream dust, to make tonight's dream extra sweet. They sailed through a tunnel of giggles and arrived at the giggling walls, a place where brick faces appeared, constantly cracking jokes all day and night. Laughter echoed everywhere. Jake giggled so hard his belly ached, and even his shoes seemed to wiggle with joy. One cheeky brick asked, "Why did the moon go to school?" Then it chuckled and answered itself, "To learn how to shine from A to Z." Next, they arrived at a glowing town of music and light, where dreams danced beneath the moon. Stars played drums, clouds wore hats, and sleepy lions spun in slow circles like fluffy cats. Jake clapped along and joined the show as glowing balloons floated skyward. All the dreamers sang together. Dreams float gently, far and near. Dreams drift softly, bringing wonder here. Jake grinned from ear to ear. His heart felt so light. It was the most delightful parade he'd ever seen. Then they came to a calm and peaceful meadow, where a single glowing tree stood tall and proud. Its branches shimmered, and its lantern-like leaves glowed softly. Jake sat beneath its shade, and the noise of the world faded away. The tree bent down and whispered gently, "Leave your worries here with me." Jake leaned in and softly confessed, "I'm scared of the night and of shadows that frighten me." The tree hummed a tender lullaby. Its leaves swayed with the rhythm of the wind, and one by one, Jake's fears turned into glowing bubbles, drifting peacefully into the night sky. Finally, they climbed a tall, colorful mountain made entirely of socks. Long socks, short socks, stripy socks, sprawled out like a rainbow. Gentle winds whooshed through the sock tunnels, whistling a playful tune. Jake met sock giants with dancing feet, juggling boots like circus stars. Before bedtime, feet must dance to shake out the yarn and spin your dreams, they sang. In a place of silver mist, soft yawns were collected and stored, while cloud-shaped fish swam slowly by, and zabby bubbles floated up, making soft lullaby sounds. Jake felt his eyelids start to flutter, but Captain Wisp gently reminded, "Not yet, my boy. Don't drift off just yet. A few more magical stops before we reach the dream door, where sleepy stories and precious dream tokens await." The boat continued sailing through the silvery mist, weaving through fluffy clouds that looked like cotton candy. The farther they went, the more peaceful the skies became, shimmering like a painting made of moonlight. Jake looked around, his eyes shining with wonder, but his eyelids growing heavier. Captain Wisp pointed ahead. "We're almost there. The gate of deep dreams." Before them stood a glowing doorway, surrounded by thousands of fireflies dancing like tiny lanterns. The frame of the door shimmered like dream thread, woven with lullabies. Jake turned to ask, "What's behind that door?" Captain Wisp smiled warmly. "It's where the most beautiful dreams live. A new world every night waiting for you. All you have to do is close your eyes and let your heart lead the way." They stepped through the door into a massive library, but not an ordinary one. Here, every book floated in midair, glowing gently, and softly whispered stories in the calmest, kindest voices Jake had ever heard. A light blue book fluttered toward him, opened its pages, and began to read aloud. Once upon a time, there was a boy who sailed to a dreamy island on a silver boat. Jake gasped. He realized it was his own story. Each page showed moments from the journey, like his adventure was being written in real time just for him. After turning a few pages, Jake let out a big yawn. He leaned back into a soft cloud pillow and gently closed his eyes. In the soft lullaby tones and twinkling light, Captain Wisp whispered beside him, "When you're ready, just close your eyes. The dream door opens every night." A soft breeze danced around Jake, swirling the dream leaves like tiny feathers. Far off in the sky, the stars twinkled gently as if whispering, "Good night, Jake." Jake's teddy bear was back beside him, just like when it all began. The silver boat drifted silently through the sky, leaving a glowing trail that slowly faded into the night. And in the stillness, one last gentle voice whispered, "Sleep well, little dreamer, and dream of wonderful things."